Sector Wars, play Astro Blaster.
If you destroy my baby,
Intruder alert. The intruder must not escape.
Dragon's Lair, the fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight.
you will need a torpedo.
Prepare to qualify.
Oh, warrior needs food badly.
Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Starship 1, and this was created by Atari in 1977. And this was designed and programmed by Ron Milner, Steve Mayer, Dave Shepard, and Dennis Coble. And it is a black and white first-person perspective shooting game. And you are in a spaceship, and you fly through space, and you just try to shoot as many enemy ships as you can before the time runs out. And the action that you see is actually a reflection off of a mirror inside the cabinet. And that was not uncommon back in the day for arcade video games. There is supposed to be a plus sign taped on the monitor that are crosshairs, and you don't have that when you play this in MAME. From what I can glean, this is probably supposed to have a bonus time given when you pass a certain score, and that is not replicated in MAME. There is a dipswitch where you set it so it says bonus time, but it doesn't seem to work in MAME. There are 4 different types of enemies that you can face. There is a Starship Enterprise type of enemy, and it's worth 50 points. There's a worm-like enemy that's 100 points. There's a Klingon warship type enemy that's 100 points. And there's a large UFO that's 200 points. And you have 60 seconds to get as many points as you can. Now, you have twin lasers that fire towards the center of the screen, and you want to steer using the yoke controller to get the enemies in the center of that. There is also a proton torpedo, and you have 5 of them. They are smart bombs, and they will take out all enemies on the screen at once. Very useful to have, but you only have 5 of them per game. But make use of all of them, for sure. Now, in MAME, you don't always see all the enemies that are on the screen. Sometimes there will be one that you don't see until you shoot it, or you can actually crash into it too. And those are planets, I believe, that look like searchlights. You can slam into the planets or the enemies. There is really no penalty per se for slamming into the enemies or the planets. You will just lose like maybe a couple seconds or so. You will also get your crashes tallied up at the end of the game, but there's really no penalty. It will just save the amount of crashes. In my opinion, even for 1977, this is kind of dull. The Starship Enterprise ships are the most common ones. You'll see them a lot, and they're only worth 50 points, but still destroy them. There is an Easter egg, and it might be the very first Easter egg in video game history. If you disable the bonus time dip switch, it doesn't work anyway, and you hold the laser button down, the laser fire button, and the start buttons together, then you insert a coin and then let go of the 2 buttons and wail on the slow down or speed up throttle, or well, as a button, then you're supposed to get 10 free credits, and the game is supposed to say, "Hi Ron," as in programmer Ron Milner, but I can't get that to work. But the controls on the control panel are a flight yoke, where you steer your ship left or right, and there's a laser button where you have your twin lasers fire towards the center of the screen, and you have your proton torpedoes, which again act as smart bombs. And then you have a gear shift that can slow down or speed you up. Yeah, those big UFOs, they are the maximum amount of points. Those are 200, and those worm-like things are 100 points. This game was seen in the movie Dawn of the Dead, the 1978 one. There's a scene in which the zombie survivors in the shopping mall go to an arcade, or a mini arcade, and they play this game, and they play Night Driver and some other games, F1. But it's, even for 1977, I don't think it's very good. There were a bunch of first person perspective space shoot 'em ups, kind of semi-flight simulator style, and a number of them were better than this. MAME hasn't replicated this game quite perfectly yet. I'm gonna play, I think, one more time. The best I've ever done at this was like, I think, 3,500 or something like that. But yeah, I think there is supposed to be a bonus time given by reaching a certain score, and that's not replicated in MAME. I've had that problem with a number of other old black and white games. But yeah, use your proton torpedoes. Use them all up during gameplay. Don't use them one after another, but if you time it right, you can take out a whole bunch of enemies on the screen at once for a nice amount of points. Well, I'm going to go tomorrow morning and get my bandages taken off my eyes, so I'll look a little less terrible. I just had cosmetic surgery, and can't wait for that to happen, because my eyes it's kind of hard to see the gameplay video and stuff when I'm making videos. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Hope you enjoy football. Hope you enjoyed college football, if that's your thing, and NFL tomorrow. Yeah, the sound effects, just the general monotony of this game it doesn't really appeal to me that much. Yeah, I don't think it matters what score you get. When your game is over, it'll say, you saved the Federation, or whatever. But that is Starship 1 by Atari in 1977. Just not that great a game in my opinion. Well, that was Starship 1 by Atari in 1977. Black and white first-person perspective space shoot 'em up. This is Crazy Clown Randy. Say thanks for watching Starship 1 by Atari 1977. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you later with my next video. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.